Good back, everyone, to this game. What's happened to the team of the Union University World Seattle about now 2 years. Amazing talking about you just saw in the three winning sides and 1-0 for the Mohawk Mountaineers. Are we now ready for the match?
We sure are. The crowd is still here in force. A lot of energy. Everyone's Mohawk fan-wise is riding high off the last win by the ladies, and now the men will try to return the favor, and hopefully we get out of here with 2 wins and a bit of a bounce back for the men. They did lose 1-0 in a really tight game um, last week to Sheridan. They lost 1-0. It was really tight. Their goalie Marco Ferrisi had a tremendous game, reporting career high 8 saves in the loss, including denying a penalty shot and a couple ensuing rebounds. So we're gonna look for another good performance from him, and hopefully all around the team bounces back. And yeah, hopefully it's a good match.
So I said a lot of fans, about estimated about 250 people in here tonight. Both games, we were very excited, and those fans who told me it didn't really sound like a lot for them.
No, it was career high, 6 saves in the game, and also one of the Mohawk Mountaineers athletes of the week. So yeah, not a loss for him, but I know it is not the result he wants. It's not the result the team wants. And after a tough season last year for this men's Mountaineer squad, you can guarantee that they're looking to start well at home and really build on a good performance from their goalie, and hopefully that translates into team success.
See, there's been a lot of hype around this men's side with the new coaching staff they brought in, known as the Italians. Italian, and they've turned this team around. Unlike the women, the men's soccer team has struggled at times last year, but this year it's been some new first races. They've looked very, very strong. And we're just starting off right here with the kickoff, and here we go. The Mountaineers again are in white, and they are facing off again. Same screen, the Royals in red.
Not only Harrison, do we have a new coaching staff? There's only 12 freshman players on this men's team. So although there were their struggles last year, this is a revamped squad, and they're really going to look have a strong showing in their very first game here at St. Mary's.
It definitely is. As there's a battle ensuing between Mark Delaney. He will lose it as Jesus. This game is starting off quickly, and a foul committed, early foul, and will the ref pull out a card? I mean, that would be a quick, quick reaction.
Should be quite a contrast to the last game. We saw lots of physical play with the ladies' game, but no cards pulled out, and I don't think we're gonna get one here.
I thought the ladies' game was fast, and then have decided to just take that another notch as the game immediately started. No hot potato, just go, go, go. And now in a similar spot to Rodriguez's goal, a dangerous place to give up a free kick. The wall is being built. That is number 7 being called in there, Graydon Howie, to come in and defend.
And Cormac O'Brien with the kick.
It is deflected and easily collected for Marco Ferrucci. He will immediately throw it downfield. It will be stopped as the intended target of Ignacio Torres was not able to receive that one.
Ignacio Torres, one of the returning players, led the team in game-winning goals. Unfortunately, there weren't too many wins, but he was a big part of the success that they did have last season.
Well, that ball is being sent down and controlled by the Mountaineers. It was Luke Sabatino laying it down, deflected off of Graydon Howie, and not controlled. Will be out. It will be Mountaineers ball. Sabatino, I have to throw it down. Go to bound. And the possession will now switch hands over to Redeemer University. It is Garrett Crew with the ball, passing it back down to his fellow defenseman in Alexander Sallow. Sallow will control, pass it forward. As now it is Redeemer University. You can already tell, compared to the last game, a lot more controlled possession from these teams. Now the ball is being held and controlled by Clinton Owusu. Owusu back into the middle. O'Brien had it, lost it. Up front and a challenge, and he does fall down. So it will be a free kick. Ethan Smith was the recipient there of just a tackle given by what seems to be Matthew Ginakara.
This men's squad gave up a lot of shots in their loss to Sheridan, and it looks like they're already going to be facing yet another free kick from a dangerous position.
It is a dangerous position. It is right down the middle, similar to a penalty shot, except probably a lot more feet back.
About
So
20 yards back or so.
there it is.
The wall's wrong.
You could not pay me to block one of those shots. Unbelievable from your Mountaineers. No fear on display. Now here comes the counterattack. It's being battled and won. A battle that will be won by Brendan Vanderkirk.
Graydon Howie, excuse me, looking aggressive early in the midfield.
Indeed. Looking very good. He will continue to push forward. The formation for your Mountaineers looks similar to the women's side with a lone man up top and 4 in the middle, 4 in the back, maybe 3 in the back, 4 in the back, 3 in the middle. Looking like, though, the formation for the men's side for Redeemer University is different than the women. They seem to have 2 people on attack, and now here comes Mountaineers, their first big chance of the night. It will be kept in. Pulling for the cross there is Howie again. He is calling for that cross. He does not get it, sadly. But Braden Howie already starting from this game looking very, very strong as the ball is being controlled now by Comac O'Brien. O'Brien being pressured there by Marcus Avilas.
Nifty little pass by Forrest Coolin there.
Unlucky deflection. Right back to Redeemer University as Luca Morris has it, and he will be tackled and kicked down by Marcus Avilas for a foul and a free kick. Another crossing opportunity, a third free kick here for Redeemer University. Nothing out of the ordinary. I don't think any of those. I think they all merited to be called. As the cross comes in,
Wrong.
it is not a bad cross.
No.
Just out of reach for seems to be the number 20 player Ethan Smith from the striker.
Carusi beckoning his players to go deep.
Trying to figure out what they're trying to do, so he just sends it forward and says, go do it yourself. It somehow arrives right back to Mountaineers control as a great header coming from Graydon Howie. But the Redeemer Royals coming right back. But some defending there. A great presence from Ben Bowden. Ben Bowden really may have saved a goal there, may have saved a chance. Michael coming in. As now the hot potato has begun, but now the Redeemer Royals coming down. Looking for help is O'Brien. It is left back by Owusu. The shot is high and away. And from the warm-ups from both sides, I saw a lot of powerful shots. So it made me think we're going to see a lot of goals in this game.
Well, last time these two teams faced off, Redeemer put up 6 goals to Mohawk 0, unfortunately. So there's a bit of pride for Mohawk to show up this game. I know there's not a lot of returning players, but the ones that are here definitely want to atone for that blowout they suffered last season. And yeah, we could be seeing a high scoring game, or maybe it'll be like the ladies and we'll be tightly checked, but that remains to be seen.
So far, so good for both sides. As they say it as well, Redeemer Royals, their team is very new, very fresh. There's obviously some returning players, but similar to Mohawk, they have revamped the squad. People have graduated and moved on, and new fresh faces are here. So we'll have to see if chemistry is built early, just as we saw in the last game. It seemed that chemistry came in and dictated that as the Mountaineers will control the ball from the back end. That ball is sent forward and will be headed away. A good attempt there by Ben Bowden to try and create something, but it really feels like Redeemer University is controlling the play right now. And the Mountaineers can't get out of their zone as another foul is committed in a dangerous area as the Royals get another free kick in a similar position.
And Redeemer was ranked 6th in total shots per game last season in all of OCAA. So this is not necessarily the start that I think this Mohawk squad wanted. You don't want to give this team opportunities because they will pile on the shots, and eventually some of those are going to go in. I know Ferrucci had some heroics last game, but nevertheless, you don't want to keep giving up these kind of opportunities within 40, 30 yards of the net.
Do not want to tire out your goalie early. As we see the free kick coming in, every player going to be in the box. A substitution being made by the Mountaineers. 8 minutes in, clearly something, or sorry, not a substitution, but a talking between the coach as the cross is low. Maybe a trick play. The tackle is made and the ball is cleared. And now here's a counter-attacking chance for the Mountaineers. That ball was sent forward from Rosofsco. And offside. It did seem offside. Good effort by Emadio Rosofsco. Great cross, but sadly offside. Interesting play there by the Redeemer Royals to go for the low cross. Bit of a trick play. Didn't see it coming and almost worked. Some good defending.
And then it almost cost him because that was a fantastic counterattack. And that could be the kind of play that Mohawk needs to get themselves on the board as they have another attack building here.
Just about to say, speaking of counterattack, here they come again. Trying to take the shot, and he's not able to get it off, but that will be a corner, so you'll take that for Mohawk. The Mountaineers pressing back after being pressed for pretty much most of the start of these first 10 minutes. They seem to have found something, found some life, as they have their first corner of this match. Players in the box being set. Seems it'll be a running start for your Mountaineers. A bit of a scramble. It is a low corner. A fake in the shot. And wow. Already Mark Delaney. Not a bad effort. Just over the bar. And I got to say, the trick plays are coming out.
He had some mustard on that shot, I'll tell you. That was a absolute rocket.
That was a rocket. I think if that's on target, that'll be difficult to save. Clearly already the Italian coaching coming into play as these plays are very, very intelligent and unreadable. I mean, it looked like a scramble from the other game of football, American football.
It did.
And it set up a good shot, a good look. It just went over the bar. Ball is headed away there by Creighton Howie. Collected and controlled by Redeemer. Alexander Sallow. Down that right side. Down low. Now Redeemer have a chance. Luca Morris. Around the corner. Jaden Forrest Coolin. Back to Morris. Now controlled by O'Brien. Tried to do a give and go. Oof. Oof.
That was a hard deflection off of number 14 there.
Completely accidental. I mean, he was trying to
Forced.
do a give and go and he got it right back, but not from the guy he wanted to.
No, sir. Oh, and a nifty little play to move it up, but it
Oh, wow.
ends up back in Redeemer hands.
So already, the men are not afraid of just going for style points. They want to do anything they can to get around and create a chance. The crowd now starting to get involved. The Redeemer Royal supporters trying to will their squad. They definitely do not want to be swept tonight, losing both games. As now it's given away, and here's the chance for the Mountaineers. In is Torres. Ignacio Torres nearly split the defense in a 1 versus 2. Nothing easy, and he almost did it.
He was looking dangerous there.
Yes, he was, is now the ball is put in, the crosses in, and easily caught to the joy of the crowd. Very nice catch by Samuel Mahoon, his first real chance there against him, and he catches it easily. Now the Royals controlling the ball. A long cross out of reach of Comac O'Brien.
Carusi with another big kick.
We've seen that a lot. Another differences in styles, because even though both teams obviously share the same, the same school, the coaching staff is different. So you can already see the differences that they use a lot more long shots from both sides compared to the last game we watched.
Yep, I mean, the pace is definitely up. We'll have to see how that fades as fatigue becomes a factor. Still early in this one, and both teams still full of life. No real grade A chances necessarily, aside from some of the free kicks we've seen, but Mohawk still kind of looking for that big first opportunity
Yeah,
in the Royals' end.
there definitely is a challenge, and the rolling begins. Will we see the flopping? This is a big thing in soccer, as there was a collision there between Mark Delaney and the player who was on the ground. Seems to be okay. Another free kick awarded, this time in a less dangerous area, as it will be played short towards Brendan Verdick. The ball was sent back to Derek Crew. He'll play it forward to O'Brien. Back down the side to Morris. Morris will play it down to Lucy. And Lucy will just pass it back to Salo. And that one is given away, and the Mountaineers have had good counter-attacking opportunities so far. That one will be out of reach of Reagan Howie.
This Mohawk team just kind of nipping at the heels, letting the Royals kind of hold on to the possession and then trying to create something in a counterattack off of a errant play. So far, no grade A chances generated, but it's an effective strategy when it works.
I like that because you know what? They're not in a dangerous area. They're just in their zone. There's no difference from the women is they don't press as much. They're going to let them hold on to the ball in their own zone, and they're going to try to counterattack. Clearly, that is the objective. But the manager,
Clean tackle.
Marcus Avilas, and now the Mountaineers, their famous counterattack. The keeper goes out, and that is a world-class save. What a decision to make there from Samuel Mahoon. Props to him, because not many keepers would have made that decision. Not only did he make it, he stuck with it and made the save.
Ignacio Torres was looking dangerous in the box there from Mohawk if that cross had made its way across. Now look for their next opportunity as Redeemer retained possession.
And that started all thanks to Marcus Avilas. We talked about the counterattacks. What a slide tackle. He didn't miss it. He got all of the ball. And that started that amazing counterattack. As you see now, only one player pressing for the Mountaineers. That is Ignacio Torres. We've already seen he's gotten really close to getting that big chance on net. So I would be very surprised if we don't see him get at least one good shot. That ball was just out of his reach. Now the Royals gave away the ball there. A careless mistake coming from Derek Crew. As the first sub will come in for the Mountaineers here for the first 16 minutes.
Team captain Luke Sabatino waiting to toss the ball in here.
Sabatino opts to do everybody being marked. No one is really open other than the two center backs. That one will be put inside, and headed away immediately. That ball is kicked all the way down and out of play. It is Virginia Royals ball as we see Michael Carmoli, sorry. I was talking to the head coach there. He was referencing something about pressing more, so we'll have to see if Carmoli or if any of the Mountaineers strikers will start pressing.
Maybe he saw something in that Redeemer defense he liked.
He messed up because he seemed pretty adamant to tell his coach something. So we'll have to see what happens. Is the Royals will control the ball. Nice pass from Derek Prue. He will pass it right across to Alexander Shallow. Pass it back, and it's controlled well by Morris. Back to Shallow to Prue. Oh, and this didn't move, but what
Beautiful
tackle to
tackle.
come back. And now here come the Mountaineers. Aviles starting the counterattack again. Does get away. That's twice now his tackles have led to a counterattack. But now Owusu.
And Avila's making the effort to get back there, showing that he can do it on either end.
O'Brien leaves it back for Owusu. Not in a good spot to take the shot. Here's the shot. And the save.
Marusi's first of the night. He had plenty of action against Sheridan, like we said, and he is looking good as of right now
Very good
in the
effort.
first 20.
Luca Morris there, not the toughest shot, but it's a shot nonetheless. And as you saw, Ferrucci had to dive to make it, so definitely a tough shot there. The throw in by the Royals after their first real big chance on net. Even though I know we didn't see any cards in the last game, I thought for sure we'd see yellow. With how these players are playing to start this game, I'd be very surprised if we don't see one.
I'd be surprised, especially as, well, there we go. But that was very incidental, that contact there, as
That was
the Mohawk player gives
a little bit of a shove, a love tap. Mark Delaney gives a little bit of a love tap.
But as as tensions rise as this game goes on and fatigue becomes a factor and these tackles get less clean, I would agree. I would not be surprised, especially with the physicality we've seen early on in this one.
The way they played is how the women's match was ending in the second half for the last like 20, 15 minutes. They're starting off just on the go. So we're going to have to see if we start to see some fatigue and obviously subs, as that was not a bad cross, but luckily the Mohawk defense is all over that. The through ball tried to be played through and it was blocked by number 14, who is still controlling it, which is Jaden Forrest Coolan. He plays it forward. Lucy could not get that. Or look forward.
A little too much sauce on that one. Will roll out of bounds.
Delaney has been all over the pitch. He had that first shot that went over the bar. Wasn't very, very close, but a great effort. It's a very, very good play. Really well designed. The throw-in will come in. Another battle is Delaney, probably one of the shortest players on the pitch, jumps and makes it.
There is a Redeemer player in some discomfort on the pitch.
That is Clinton Owusu. Supposed to be taking a few seconds. Now a challenge is down, and now things are getting physical.
Things got chippy quickly, and Mohawk is not pleased with that call, but
So that is Michael Carmoli was not happy about that, and he has every right not to be happy. There was a challenge earlier, literally a second, 2 seconds earlier, that was not called, but then his challenge was called, so he has every right to be upset. But no harm, no foul, no cards, but clearly the ref, after hearing it from Carmoli, that the ref is definitely going to be holding on to his cards here.
and he was giving him a little bit of a chat there, probably just trying to calm things down.
And now Owusu back to his feet. He can cross it, and he does. And wow, what a save there from Ferrucci. He made sure to get there, as that cross was looking dangerous on the back post. Taken back by the Redeemer Royals, as now they try to press on. Down the flanks is Salo. And that will be out of play. As now substitution. First substitution will be made here by the Mohawk Mountaineers, as it will be. I either saw Luke Sabatino or Michael Carmoli come off. I feel like it would. I think it is Carmoli after the interaction he had with the ref. Probably needs a minute to settle down. Now that ball's out of play and will be Royals ball with a throw in.
Mohawk actually hasn't won a game against Redeemer since the 2021-22 season. So this is,
Jesus.
aside from being a bit of a local grudge match, I think there's a lot on stake in terms of, maybe they're not that isn't present at the front of their minds, but you have to think somewhere in the back of their minds, especially with the players that have been around a couple of years. This is a team we see every year, and they want to make an impression that this is a turning point for the program. New coaching staff, new players. They're going to try to start a new streak today, and so far it's been a lot of back and forth action.
There's a great through ball there. And it will be collected by Redeemer player, but some great defending, and it will go out and be a goal kick. To your point, I hope no one told the Mohawk players that's that. And I hope no one told the Redeemer players that's that.
I don't know what would be worse, to be honest.
Oh,
Thinking about losing the streak or stressing about beating it, but either way, they're playing hard out there.
things are getting very chippy out there. We'll have to see what this will end up being because
Looks
well,
like it's going Redeemer's way.
it is. I'm waiting to see how the ref handles all this because you can't lose control of the game. You got to make sure the players stay in check, but you don't want to just get too out there and start throwing yellow cards.
No,
Interested to see.
there's a lot of energy in this one already, and the Mohawk bench is very loud. The coaches are vocal. You can tell that this means a lot, and hopefully, things stay clean and we just get a hard fought game.
All these fans on both sides supporting either one of these teams want to erupt to a goal right now. We've heard a lot of oohs and ahs to the close chances already. Just have to wait and see as Mountaineers control. That ball's going forward and blocked, but now no one was there for Redeemer University's. Ooh,
Bit of a stumble.
a lot of trips, stumbles. The referee holding on to his whistle there. And this is a free kick, and it could be a dangerous area. And if you're Cristiano Ronaldo, maybe someone can do that here for your Mountaineers, as it will be Mark Delaney. And after the shot he took earlier, I mean, why not? We've seen already one free kick goal tonight. Can we see another? The wall is made. Players are in the box. Delaney, it is a cross. There was a stumble of a Mohawk player. Seems to be nothing too much for the ref, so it will be a goal kick here. Another substitution being made by Mohawk. Clearly, something needs to be changed tactically, or maybe some rest. So far for Redeemer Royals, not a single change made. No one seemed to be warming up on the bench.
You got to think Mohawk going for these big bursts, big counterattacks. You're going to exert a lot of energy. You're going to need to keep your players fresh because with that strategy, and I think that was that Gavin Paxton coming back on in that substitution, and now he looks like he's playing up front. So they're going to be rotating clearly. There was Torres before, and now Paxton up front. So they're going to keep that guy fresh for those counterattacks.
Yep. We'll have to wait and see what happens here. Now, Redeemer Royals control the ball. Round into the corner and just gone out of play. And it will be Mountaineers ball, and I can tell you now, that was 100% off a Mountaineers player. But that's what happens when, it's a game of inches. If the ref doesn't see, then the ref doesn't see. Is now a great move is made. And now here come the Mountaineers.
There are numbers.
There's a great chance. Can he get the shot off? Cleared away. Good defending.
Good defensive play by the Royals.
You got to give Delaney credit. He has been all over this game already, creating chances, using his shot, his speed. I'm impressed.
You have to think it's only a matter of time before this transition game results in a goal. They're generating chances. They're getting close. They haven't had a grade A shot, but they are getting closer and closer. And honestly, the field is tipped, I would say, a little bit more evenly. It was a lot more Royals right off the bat, and now we're seeing a little bit more back and forth.
I think the changes that are being made from the coaching staff are paying off in dividends. Even though the score is still 0-0, clearly something is working for the Mountaineers. So
Look
we'll
for Ferrucci to boot this down, trying to spring somebody.
put right back down. Back everyone, if you're just joining us, High fly ended up cutting out in the 6 minutes. Recap is still 0-0. However, it has been action packed. Two chances for both sides that could have been penalties. Both benches, fans were calling for penalties. One on Ignacio, I thought was a penalty, and then another one that was done by a Mohawk player. No call for each of them, so
No call. Tensions were running a little high at that moment. Things settled back down, and honestly, back and forth. It was when we left off. Mohawk was probably leading off. The sorry, running high off the momentum, but it's really evened out towards the second half. We saw a lot of great performances. Cormac O'Brien for the Royals has looked really good. They're really feeding him the ball, running the offense through him, trying to generate something. Nothing has converted yet, and Mohawk's kind of in the same spot. They've been rotating those strikers. They had Ignacio out there. We also had Howie, a great Howie, excuse me, had some chances as well, but 0-0 as we stand.
he had a great one-on-one chance. We had Cormac O'Brien, who had the best actual shot on target on Ferrucci, which was handled, went over the bar. That was very close. So 0-0. Second half about to start. The teams have switched sides. I'm excited.
Me too. This has really been an eventful night. Both games have lived up to the season opener hype. We got lots of fans in attendance. The weather is good, and we are about ready to get going on what should be an absolutely thrilling second half of soccer.
Wait for the ref's whistle. Checking on the goalies and the other linesmen. And here we go. Second half. Final 45 minutes of the night of this match. We'll see if any team will be able to break through. The counterattacking for Mohawk has been elite, to say the least. And we'll see if they can continue where they left off and this time capitalize with a goal.
Flores is back out there at the striker spot for Mohawk.
He's looked absolutely incredible as Ferrucci will play it short.
Ferrucci as well had an absolutely thrilling save. We forgot to mention while our broadcast had cut out. Probably the best save we've seen all night.
Here comes a chance already for the Mountaineers. Wow, is he in? Oh, early on, the speed coming out is. I don't know if that was a foul. He might have clipped his foot. I thought he missed him.
The Mohawk player's not agreeing that with the call by the ref, but
It's been a few of those
been a
back and
few of
forth
those.
for both teams that they don't agree for. But what are you gonna do? It's the ref's decision. You gotta
Play on.
accept it. Play on, exactly.
Which they will do.
Indeed, as ball's being controlled by Prue. Pass it across, and now the Royals, what can they do? Back to Prue. Prue. It seems like the Royals' new strategy is to put through balls into Stephen Bamhoon. Stephen Bamhoon.
Giving Mohawk a little bit of their taste of their own medicine is. Oh,
Whoa.
that was a great, great cross from Cormac O'Brien as we get a second chance here.
The penalty was not awarded. They wanted that call. Off the great volley as it was blocked. The Mohawk defense stands strong. First test there in the second half for them, as both teams early on have decided to come out and both nearly have a chance on net. As again, Redeemer Royals, will the cross come in? It does in the middle. No shooting lane available. And now it's a 1-on-2. Look at this the other way. Ignacio Torres has a great chance through on goal.
And that's an absolute heroic defensive play, but there is a whistle.
It is against Torres. What a play from Brendan Vanderkruk. Easily a goal saver. I thought Torres might try to play in Carmoli, but Carmoli took a bit too much of an outside lane. What a through ball if it's able to be caught. It is, and immediately crossed in, not enough on it.
And before that counter rush, the Royals had a really good scramble in the box. That also looked dangerous. The action back and forth has not stopped over the break. If anything, these guys are more amped up, and the benches are loud.
Exactly, after that foul by Wusu, here comes the cross. In there, volley, good effort. Maybe should have taken a touch. It will be easily collected by Bamboo. Now, O'Brien is easily the best player for the Royals in that first half. Controls, cuts into the middle.
Weaving around the pitch.
He is weaving. It's like he's on skates. But his ball is taken away as the Mountaineers will control. A great touch there by Diani.
He has been stellar for the Mountaineers, Diani, in
Yes,
the midfield so far.
a few chances, and that
That'll
ball
be
will be hit
offside.
forward. Long
Goes
offside
for
against
it.
Torres. But Torres has looked threatening. Still has yet to really have his first shot on net in the one-on-one situation. As that ball nearly was intercepted by Carmoli. Beautiful cross there. It seems like Redeemer taking a playbook, using the Mohawk Mountaineers playbook, and
They
it's
are. They're
working well.
they're turning around, and so far it has been, aside from the big rush from Torres, we've seen a lot of the play in Mohawk's end.
It's been all Royals really so far.
Whatever adjustments, well, clearly the adjustment was to, show Mohawk what they were dealing out in first half, and it is working well.
It's working well for both teams. Great tackle there, but wasn't able to get the body. Only got the ball being held off. Great dribble moves in the cross, but it's controlled by Ferrucci and held. It's been Stefan Van Heen, who's been in the middle for the Royals. Who's been
Beautiful
threatening
ball, but broken up nicely there.
by Prue. Derek Prue has been stellar on the defensive side for the Royals. So O'Brien will control and calm the play down. That's Prue. Passes it across to Vandercook. Vandercook will receive it right back from Quan. That one is given away. Here come the Mountaineers as the through ball was missed. Will be controlled by Prue. Prue finds a man in the middle in Morris. The rest to Brian. Womack O'Brien tries to cut in the middle, and this time is shut down. Good read there, as he's been
Just
doing that a lot.
good body placement, set his feet first. Nice, clean contact to ward off O'Brien there.
Now it seems like the Redeemer Royals want to switch something up. They pass it all the way back.
They've slowed it down significantly from their initial strategy, but they could be waiting for the moment to spring somebody here.
The Mountaineers are still pressing in terms of being right at each player, but they're not full pressing the back end.
This reminds me a lot of how the game started, though. A lot of Royals possession early on, and then
The
a couple of
Mountaineers
big chances, but we'll see if that happens and if they convert this half.
have to just wait and see as now.
O'Brien with another play. He's taking down that one.
Is that a card? Yes, it is. The first yellow card handed out today. I don't even think it's the worst challenge we've seen all day, but
No, but Diani, I believe, is who it will be on, and
we'll have
that
to see it.
should be his first of this campaign of 2025, I believe.
Definitely not a player you want getting a yellow card as
No.
substitution is ready here. Two substitutions actually are being ready for the Mountaineers.
There are at least 3 players up getting warm, aside from the ones already waiting to go on. So we will see how many of these subs Mohawk uses up early on in this half.
This is a dangerous place to be giving up a free kick. The wall is built.
We saw one go directly into the wall earlier in the game.
It is across this time. It's in there, and I tell you what, that should have been hit by someone. Someone should have gotten on the end of that. Another beautiful cross coming in from the Royals. This time it was O'Brien, but no one is able to capitalize. And I thought for sure that was the one that would
That
get.
one looked good, but no dice, unfortunately.
Mountaineers might get away with that one. Ferrucci was in good position, but those can be very difficult to save as Graydon Howie's coming back in. He had a great first half.
Looks like he's going to be playing on the wing, not up front as Torres is still in. That's how they started the game. See how that sort of transitions as the half goes on and players go off.
Brucey wanted all the players to back up, but he did not get enough on that kick. Royals now control. We'll hold it in the back end as Prue waits. Patiently waiting for the pressure to come. It does, but he gives it away. Bowden. And now, offside is called. It's tough. It's tough
It's
as a
tough.
striker. You gotta, because you know you want to beat your man. You know the other guy's as fast as you, maybe faster. But you can't be offside, and it's a game of inches.
And you know, they're trying to launch Ignacio Torres on a big through ball because he has that breakaway speed, but he was just a couple of steps too far on that one. I think that's maybe not the last offside we see because I think they're going to keep running that play back because it will work eventually if they keep hitting it hard.
It for sure will work, and it's not like he's miles offside.
No.
He has been inches every single time. And I think the linesman, his whole job right now is just to watch Ignacio Torres. He is just watching him and making sure he is onside at all times. Now Howie will leave the ball behind. Will be picked up here by Ben Bowden. Bowden with the long throw over the defender, and it will be Mohawk ball again. The Mountaineers will get another throw in.
Sort of an effective little mishap there for
Indeed, and
Mohawk.
I think this is going to the net from Bowden. Yep, this is definitely going to be a throw-in cross. He will be looking for someone's head.
Keep an eye out for Howie.
And that is a beautiful toss. Just high and away. I tell you what, that was a throw.
That was a throw. It looked dangerous. They're going to get another shot at it here.
And guess who it is again? And Bowden. After what we just saw, he can do it. He can throw it. That one is just not on target, but the shot. Tell you what.
That was a good opportunity. We haven't seen many shots on the net, and that one sort of bounces its way.
Good first save from Samuel Bamhoon. Well, maybe that's why they do short corners, because then they can just throw it like that. I mean, that's
true.
Unbelievable throws.
Two great chances.
Now will ball be controlled by the Royals. The through ball comes in, and even though he hasn't had a shot yet, Stefan Van Hoon has looked dangerous on that rush. Similar to Ignacio Torres.
Oh.
And now, Braden Howie gets around his man, stumbles a little bit, but finds the player on the outside. Beautiful play from Braden Howie. Here's the cross on its way. Tried to find Torres on the back post. Luckily stays in bounds. Torres, his own cross, is to no avail. It is hit too hard and too far away.
And it feels like the Mountaineers are starting to heat up.
Feels like they're on the cuff of that goal. It's the number 9, Aiden Hide. Bring it back. And the ball will be controlled by the Royals. It's Prue. Prue has Salo open on his left, and he will pass it to him. Alexander Salo. Nice tackle there by Braden Howie. Got all the ball. And it will be a throw-in. Crowd getting into this now. Just about 10 minutes into the half. And now Ignacio Torres again in a numbers game. Again against Brendan Verderuk, who got the better of him. But here's a chance. And
let me tell you, Graydon Howie was lurking at the back door there. If that had trickled through.
It was. We'll have to see who will win that battle at the end between Ignacio Torres and Vanderkirk. Brendan Vanderkirk so far has won it, but the Mountaineers, it feels like they're almost there. It feels like
It does.
any moment now they can get a goal, but now the Royals coming back. Someone falls. Both players fell. I think it's a corner. It is a corner.
There's a Redeemer player waiting to make the first sub of the half for the Redeemers.
See who's coming off here. First substitution for the Royals as Ignacio Torres is still right in front of the linesman. The linesman having the best view possible.
I'm not sure who's having a harder day with Ignacio Torres, if it's the Redeemer's defense or this line judge because they're I don't know who's marking them closer right now.
Here's the corner now. It is beautifully put. The header
Oh.
is on target, but not hit hard enough. Ooh,
And
back.
surprise, surprise, where this one's going.
Yep, right to Torres over his head. He
Oh,
almost,
Mo's got the
almost,
bounce.
after that amazing corner cross in the header that just didn't have enough power. Ignacio Torres almost had a chance of controlling that as the foul is committed onto Calamar Russell. It will be a free kick for the Mountaineers in their own end. Quick free kick taken as you can tell the pace is being set from both teams, trying to catch the other off guard, trying to create a counter-attacking chance. And now a beautiful ball weighted in and a great clearance. Some amazing defending there from the Royals.
Give credit where credit's due. This Royals defense has really played well today. They've been tested a lot, but only a couple of grade A shots actually making it to the net.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they've really, obviously we had that one-on-one chance that was shut down, but they've really played well and they've really shown that they are a solid defensive unit.
Yes, they have a lot of very fast players on the Mountaineers, and the Royals have done their job with their speed and have kept up with them. As now another amazing throw should be coming in. It is the header, and the ball comes back out the shot.
Oh, no.
It would be a field goal, but that is a different football. As not Leandro Alvarez, Braden Howie. Another chance for him, and it just goes over. Maybe a miss hit.
You're watching this replay now. Graydon Howie might be seeing this one in his nightmares. He has played tremendous today, but that is one you want to bury every time.
I think why is because he had his hand up because he thought it was going to be a penalty.
He
So
did.
then the ball came to
He
him, and he
did.
was like, oh, I need to shoot this because he was open. And, he missed it.
You missed it, which is going to happen,
Yes.
but it's not going to sting any less.
As the ref blows the whistle because the ball hit him and then ended up in Mark Diani's feet. So he will decide that might not be fair. Now the ball will be controlled by Alexander Salo tries to put in the through ball, but it will be controlled by Ferrucci and thrown to the side. The crowd eager for a goal.
Salo's going to toss that in quick.
Yep. Very quick and great.
And
How
lots of contact there.
O'Brien. That is two of the best players on the pitch right now. And he gives the yellow.
Yeah. I hate to say it, I think that one is justified. There was a lot of contact with Graydon Howie there.
A bit, not malicious, but there was an intent to just push him down.
I think some of that frustration from that missed opportunity maybe boiling over. He's got to just keep his composure because he is an important part of this team's success. And that is the second booking for the Mountaineers so far.
You're going to have to be careful now. Diani and Howie are going to have to be careful. That's two players now. So if you are the head coach for the Mountaineers, you're going to have to be thinking of that in the back of your mind as they defend that one well. Now Howie's on the run. Can't quite make it. Another amazing tackle and defense there. This
Quick
time,
toss back in.
Aiden Lugted Hyde with some great defense there. And now the Mountaineers, another chance for them to cross as they could not find Luke Sabatino. And now that one is over the head and out of play with this. Carmel caught with that play.
It looks like the Mountaineers are gearing up for a substitution as a player is at the sideline.
And I'm sure this is for one of the players with the yellow card.
I would not be surprised. They took Graydon Howie out about this time in the first half, only to bring him back on. So it may be time for him to rotate back out.
Now will be a goal kick. Samuel Bamboo.
And he is really thinking about this one.
As the substitution come on, it's actually not for either of the other players. It is Marcus Avilas coming off. He's also had a very underrated game. A lot of the chances have been created from his tackles.
It's true. but I don't think he's come off the pitch yet today, and I think he's probably due for a bit of a rest as they try to freshen up their midfield there.
If you're just joining us now, played about 20 minutes of the second half. Still 0-0. Both teams having very, very close chances. Nothing incredible on net yet, other than that one chance on Ferrucci. A couple maybe penalties for both sides, and 2 yellows for the Mountaineers.
And it has been tipped in Mohawk's favor ever so slightly as we see Graydon Howie.
Believes it.
And he hits the ground.
Oh, oh. But they don't get the yellow. See, that's what I'm. See, now he's going to be frustrated. He
He's
can't be
protesting.
because he already has one. But this is the frustration I understand. Obviously, he knows his foul was a yellow. He knows he deserves it, but he gets it in return, and there's
I
nothing.
think Graydon Howie wants to kick this. I think he is ready to
Unleash his
absolutely
frustration.
unleash this frustration on the ball. And I don't, well, there's a couple of Mountaineers players around there.
Could be another trick play. It's Howie and Carmoli around the ball right now. It seems one of them will hit it, and it seems like it'll definitely be a strike as this is pretty much center at the net, so there's no point to really cross this.
Having a bit of a discussion here.
Might be an indirect free kick, so one of them might have to touch it. No, it is direct. It's on net. It's just high. Good effort, but it always seemed like it was going high.
He hit it well, just unfortunately a little too much sauce there.
I think he got under it a little bit as well, similar to his shot.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to see.
You have to have a bit of a goldfish memory, though, when you do something like that. You cannot linger on those mistakes because you don't know you could get another golden opportunity. And now Graydon Howie's got to be careful. This is not great. He's already been booked once.
Definitely. Although that one definitely maybe merit a yellow card because he already is booked. I think he'll get away with it, but I think he needs to take a breather and start playing the man and not
And
the ball.
there you go. He's showing some respect.
It's sportsmanship.
Good sportsmanship on Graydon Howie's part. And now,
Although I think he's doing that just to make sure the ref doesn't
well,
book him there because the ref did come over, but as the ball will be played to O'Brien. A lot of people in the box. Will the cross come in?
Cormac O'Brien not quite as impactful as in the first half, but to be
Still
fair, they
early.
haven't had the ball very much.
No, they haven't. Still early, obviously, but definitely the Mountaineers have dominated possession to start this second half. About 20 minutes in, we'll just have to wait and see if this will continue, if this will end up being a goal, or if the Redeemer Royals come back and start to mount their own possession. As again, another famous Ferrucci kick from the back line, as it will reach. No one is. Ooh, a player is down.
And
That is Owusu. I think took the ball to the face.
it's not the first ball to face injury we've seen today as the ladies match. We saw a player down.
Yes, we did. I'm going to see a few subs come in here for the Mountaineers. This is definitely the people with the yellow cards.
I think this is Torres' time. He did take a little breather, but I believe we're going to see him rejoin the game.
So unless he does come in, Owusu seems a bit shaken up. We'll have to wait and see.
Hopefully
He's
all
doing
is
okay.
well.
Yep. Good so far. I give it to the Mountaineers. They've come out second half and been in control. They haven't had like a big chance other than the Howie kick that he missed. But you know, they're there.
They're there. It's right there. You know what we're getting to that time of the game. There's still lots of time left, but the way it's going, it does feel just like the ladies' game that we could be at a next goal wins kind of scenario.
We're getting to that time.
It's getting tight. Ferrucci does look sharp, but he hasn't been challenged all that much so far this half. So
Only one shot in the
one
first
real
half.
shot in the first half.
So,
So we'll see how he plays. So far, he's kept up his form from game number one, and it looks like Owusu is off on his own accord, which is good to see.
might just need a few minutes to make sure he's okay, and he might come back on as there will be an injury sub coming in now for the Royals. As we now wait for sub to come on and play to resume. Again, all this missed time will be added up, so I think he went down about the 64th, 65th minute, so about 2-3 minutes will be added on for extra time as the game resumes, but we don't need to worry about that now. We need to worry about what is Ferrucci going to do with the ball. He will, of course,
Surprise, surprise.
launch it down to, of course, Ignacio Torres, and that header nearly was a mistake by the Redeemer Royal player.
That could have been bad. There was a bit of a collision, nothing all incidental, of course, but could have been a bit of a chance. Now they're going to break out on their own.
So now it's Prue. We'll try the through ball over to Smith. Ethan Smith, as the ball goes out of play, and will be a goal kick.
A little bit too much elbow grease, or knee grease, I should say, on that kick. Couldn't quite catch up to it, Smith.
That's Ferrucci now. Another one of his goal kicks. 4 Mohawk players up front now, and that one is going to be headed away and headed right back. The first header was done by Vanderkruck, who's been amazing. The second header was done by Calamar Russell.
And the strategy seems to have changed a little bit from Mohawk. They're not, I mean, they're still sending those long balls when Ferrucci gets a goal kick, and they're still obviously feeding it through the striker, but they're holding on to it a little more. It's not all counterattack, counterattack, counterattack. They've had the ball in their possession a lot more this half.
Yeah.
As we get another tip.
Chance. Another.
Couldn't quite get the touch he wanted there.
Now the ball is controlled by the Royals. Crew plays it off to the side. We'll get it back. Has a few men open. Offer to keep dribbling instead of passing it down to the other side and switching it to Salo. That one will go out of play. Will be Royal ball. The throw-in. One is good, but a bad touch, and that is almost a beautiful pass from Yanni, but just not enough on it. Now the Royals, when they come back and create Crew, down the flanks they go. And I want to send it right back to Vanderkruck, as it seems the Royals can't figure out this Mohawk defense.
Not much going so far in this half.
Which seems like the defensive changes, if they did make any, are paying off for the Mountaineers, as that ball was very nice, but Calamar Russell with an amazing tackle and clearance, even while being tackled himself and falling.
It was a thing of grace and beauty, to be honest. That was a terrific defensive play by Calamar Russell. Haven't had to call his name too much this half, and I think that's just a testament to the Mohawk defense as a whole, because they really haven't been challenged, especially on that right side, very often.
They haven't. They've been like statues. They've been able to stand their ground and push back the offense of the Redeemer Royals. That did look dangerous in the first half. Not so much for now in the second half. As that ball is sent down to Salo. Alexander Salo to O'Brien. O'Brien yet to have an impact in the second half. However, Salo is in the first cross in a very long time. It's taken away by the Mountaineers and sent right back to Prue, and will be sent right back to Vanderkruck. And again, it seems like we've been here before with the Royals. It seems like they just can't, they don't know what to do, and they keep sending it back to the defenders. They're trying to switch it, trying to create a new look, and it's not happening.
No, it's all being funneled to those outside corners by the Mohawk defense, and they're just getting no traffic in the interior, and you can see the frustration starting to show on some of the players' faces, but still 0-0, all tied up. Until Mohawk can put one in, they are, as you know, very much in this game.
Definitely. Still a lot of time left, as finally the Mountaineers will mount their attack. It's been a while. There's the cross, and it was on net. A good save. I thought it was going to curl to Ignacio Torres there, but
he was lurking.
stayed straight. It's now O'Brien.
Nifty footwork once again.
Finally, he's able to find some space for the first time in the second half. But that will be a pass too far and will be easily handled by Phillips. Mountaineers coming back. All the through ball is just too hard, as Torres not able to get.
And the line judge was just boiling with excitement on that one, as he
Thanks,
thought
loved it.
he might have had a chance to wave that flag
He
again.
was running right after. And there's a
Now we have
brilliant through
another-
ball. That is Salo again, who's been great for the last 2 minutes, created a lot of chances.
And he's makes a move. And
It's a penalty.
It's a penalty. Salo has drawn penalty and
The penalty is given. A big, big moment in this game. Yes, there still is a lot of time, but how this game has gone, this could easily be the difference. As we already said, Ferrucci saved his last penalty, but penalties,
did.
it's
It was quite dramatic. It was the penalty. There was rebounds, but a penalty is a penalty, and this is a
O'Brien.
late stage of the game to be giving such a golden opportunity
Matt
away.
O'Brien will take the penalty against Marco Ferrucci. The crowd boiling with excitement. The moment is here and now. O'Brien
Scores!
sinks it under Ferrucci, who went the right way. Unlucky for him as he just missed it.
You can't give a player like Cormac O'Brien a penalty
Penalty.
opportunity, and Mohawk is in full attack mode now. There's no doubt.
Subs coming in after that, just unlucky as, you give up the penalty, probably a dangerous tackle, and Ferrucci obviously will be disappointed that he didn't save it, but he did everything he could too.
You could see the emotion immediately as it went in, because you're right. He went the right way, but at the end of the day, sometimes the shot is just going to beat you, and there's nothing he could really have done.
Yep, as it is now 1-0 for the Royals. Like to see what will the Mountaineers do in response. As well, from the Royals, you haven't been bad this game in this half,
No,
but you
no.
weren't the best team. So do you park the bus already? It's a bit early.
I wouldn't. I think that they have
Oh.
played. Oh, and
Oh,
Brian not getting the call this time.
he's taking a sweet, sweet time to get up, limping.
And
Let's
he
see if
is favoring a leg there.
right leg.
The Royals are gonna hate to see that, but he gets
Oh,
the play, and it seems to
so-
have been healed.
Well, it seems to be okay. And Ignacio Torres now plays a through ball. There's a chance, and it's cleared away. As again, the Mountaineers, it just feels like that last pass is never, never right there.
They haven't been able to connect to a really great opportunity in a while, and there we get a
Bowden.
ball going in there
Look
for
at that.
Bowden.
Wait.
Ooh,
Oh,
that was dangerous. That was a dangerous cross, and
dangerous challenge as well.
yeah, dangerous challenge. You hate seeing people collide in the air like that.
Yeah, I get like what he's trying to do, going for that, but still it's dangerous, and he's lucky to get away with nothing there from the ref. As the ball now sent back in the middle. Will be controlled. As now the full press is back on for the Mountaineers. As that ball just gets past. But now it is Brendan Vanderkirk. Gonna put it down, but the Mountaineers take it back away, but that passes to absolutely no one. And it will be a control right back. As now the time wasting strategies will begin. It's the way to go. That's how you win close, intense games like this.
And you can hear the Mohawk bench encouraging the players on the field. They are not out of it.
No, they're not. They've had a lot of energy all game and trying to motivate, trying to find something. As some more substitutions might be being made as the fresh legs are coming on for the Mountaineers. Can they find something? There's still a bit of time left in this game, about 14 minutes. But the longer they take and the more time
There's
that
a
the Royals have.
scramble.
There's a scramble. It does not go the Mountaineers' way, and a big shove there.
Now that's what they can't get into, is taking fouls. They've already got players with yellow cards. That one wasn't egregious, but you don't want to get into foul trouble at this stage of the game.
Matthew Giannacaro committed the foul there, giving O'Brien another chance at a free kick. This would definitely be into the box. And so far, their free kicks have been really good. Mountaineers are lucky that none of them have gone in.
And they've had a lot of them this game.
They have most in the first half. And the free
Exactly.
kick is short, but it is way past Vandercook. He probably didn't expect it. And the pass to Torres is given away as the Mountaineer strategy of just trying to pass to Torres. It's not going to work if The passes are not accurate enough. That ball will be a goal kick, or it will be a Rusi ball.
Looks like we got about 4 Mohawk Mountaineers ready to get back on the pitch or get on the pitch for the first time. We'll see who it is.
The fresh legs coming on here.
They're going to need it for about 12 minutes left of regulation play, plus a little additional time.
Yanni, Torres, saw them coming off, as well as Ben Bowden. Wow. Interesting call from the ref there. I guess he thought he was a bit too physical, but
Not much of a foul, but hey, he is the official.
he is. Split decision. River prep controls. As he finds Leonov. Is it down into the corner to O'Brien? O'Brien makes his move. And that one is out of play. Marusi wants to go fast. You know what he's probably going to do. And I don't know if it's the play right now. It hasn't really been creating anything. I mean,
It's not Torres, it'll be Graydon Howie down there for the. Well, actually, it looks like they've got just about everybody down,
yeah.
pressing.
If you're the Mountaineers right now, you haven't had a lot of the ball since they scored, since the Royals scored. You haven't really gotten a great chance in a long time. We have to find something here.
I think they need to build a little bit of possession. I think they're gassing themselves out with these northwest plays. We need to go a little more east-west, a little bit more possession,
They're
and
going
build up
for-
from the defense.
For Hail Mary plays,
They
like
are.
just going for it all, like just
But
praying.
you have the time.
Exactly.
You have the time to build something. Get a couple throw-ins down. You know, get some kind of free kick, a throw-in, something, and that's when their best opportunities have come is off of those kind of set plays.
I know. To see that, I think they're just feeling not necessarily pressure that they got scored on, but just the intensity of it.
It definitely
now we
adds
need to score
pressure.
back. I think
For
that's
sure.
what it is. So we'll have to see. Hopefully, they're able to figure things out because they have looked really, really strong in this game, and it would be a shame for them not to at least get one goal and tie this up. And now another free kick coming in from Redeemer. Because that one is in to the back post. Unbelievable save.
Goodness.
Unbelievable save on the back post. But the play is not over.
And that just kept them alive.
Wow.
He's going to play that quickly.
Credit to Vanderkrook for getting that header into his teammate. But for Rusi, with an unbelievable game-saving save, if the Mountaineers tie this game or somehow win this game and get 2 goals in 10 minutes, you'll be able to thank Marco Ferrucci for that unbelievable save. That's 2 game-saving saves he's made to.
Soaking in that replay of that gorgeous, gorgeous save, showing you why Marco Ferrucci is
The real deal.
the Mohawk Athlete of the Week for the men's team.
Oh my.
Here we go.
This is their chance.
Lots
They
of
do
open
slow
space.
down a little bit. He looks. That pass is out of reach, but taken right back. It was given away in the shot. That's not good enough.
And the Mohawk players are livid. They think there should have been a call of some kind there.
Haven't gotten their big call. The Royals got their call. Mountaineers players are waiting for theirs, but haven't gotten it yet. Still about 8 minutes to go in the match, probably.
And Giancarlo, you can see in that replay, is just a big body to contest with. It's hard
For him not
for him not in those sort of situations not to
He's
foul.
so much bigger than everybody else, but free kick awarded. It will be probably a cross. We'll wait and see. Probably 13 minutes left in the game. Still 1-0 for Redeemer Royals off the penalty shot from
Nice and easy for
Matt
Bruce.
O'Brien. Spurs will catch that easily, and he waits for his team. They need to be set up. And that through ball will be just headed away, and just another ball just given away from the Mountaineers, going for that big play, as that ball is perfectly down the line. Stefan Bamboom tries to cross it. Will be cleared, but not out. And this long shot. Tell you what, bad effort.
Not bad at all.
That was Luca Morris, who's been on for a lot these minutes. It's not Ferrucci again, short this time for Russell. Russell just gives it away. A miss pass there. Now O'Brien will just come right back.
Redeemer has done a great job not letting up after that score as we see, oh, some hard contact.
He did get the ball first. I will make that clear. Got the ball first. So
And
don't.
crowd
The crowd's mad at O'Brien.
letting O'Brien know how they feel.
Might be a little bit of flopping because we did see that before with him with
It
with
was
the,
a
with
it
the
was a
foot.
hard foul.
It was.
You know, that was a lot of
It
contact,
was a hard fall.
but the crowd nevertheless letting
Little bit.
him hear it.
A little bit mad because of the moment that we saw before where he was favoring his ankle and then he started running again. So as the Royals will throw it back in. Still in control now. Armoli tried to make an incredible pass. It's going to be picked off. The Mountaineers can't seem to muster that offense, but maybe they can now. Here's
Oh, and a beautiful knockback. Stay on side there. Oh no.
just blocked. I mean, what a play there coming from Taven Brown, who hasn't been in this game for very long, has come in and nearly created a chance, but that ball's cleared away. And now O'Brien coming right back, shoves right into, and a little bit of grabbing both ways. O'Brien acting all innocent, even though the contact started with both of them. Cormac,
A lot of words being shared now as tensions are rising
As
in the
this
last couple
game
minutes of the game.
head into the last 5 minutes, assuming extra time. Could be headed at 8 minutes, 6 minutes, but time is ticking and more substitutions coming in from the Mountaineers. You got to assume that head coach
Dave Massafara.
probably got to be telling them like, we gotta score obviously, but how are we gonna do this? We gotta change something. We gotta create. We'll have to see what these substitutions do, other than bringing in fresh legs.
Looks like Ignacio is back in the fold as
I also see Amadio and Fosco back out there. See what can happen is off the throw in. Mountaineers control, but just kick it away. This this is good for the Royals. I mean, they just get to hold on to it. They can take all the time they want.
and they don't milk it too much as they get into play, but they really have successfully kept the momentum going. It would have been easy to let Mohawk settle back into the game that they had been playing at the end of the first half and early in this half, but they did not do that. They have really come out strong in the last 15 to 20 minutes.
And they haven't made a mistake.
They
They
haven't.
really haven't made a big mistake defensively. You know, there's been nothing that we can really point out to. And now the Mountaineers on the counterattack tried to find Renalcio Torres, but
That one hits him square in the back, and you know he's not happy about
the
that one.
frustration for Carmoli coming out there is the Mountaineers just can't quite make that pass, that through ball pass as they did in the first half. As a big slip there. It was not a trip, a big slip. Again, this is turf, so be a little bit different than the grass. That will be Royals ball as the time continues to tick on the Mountaineers. They're running out of time in this game in a very tightly contested, intense affair. That one is trickling down the line as the Mountaineers cannot quite catch up to it. Go back to the keeper and he will shoot that one away as the header is right back to the Royals. Now they come back, a big shove there.
And
Another ankle injury, perhaps. Oh,
now Mohawk does have to be careful. I can understand emotions are running high, but no need taking senseless fouls at this point.
yeah.
But you can tell
It's the
this team
intensity. They
is
want the ball
intense
back.
and they want the ball back. This is an emotional group And there's a good show of sportsmanship
Dude,
with
between
a little.
Ignacio there. Ignacio and Luca Morris. That was the player that fell. I've seen a few of those moments, even through the pushing and shoving and altercations. Some great sportsmanship. So at the end of the day, it's just a game. A
Um,
beautiful game. As we
um,
head into the final few minutes here, see if there's any late drama. And
And the
wow,
loudest reaction from the Mohawk bench after that, they
another.
wanted a they wanted a handball there.
They're waiting for their call.
They
and
are.
That easy could have been. Again, that would have just been a free kick, but the ref said shoulder. That ball was blasted off a Royal player right there. It will be not near ball. As the time continues to tick, Ben Bowden, who's had some of the best throws I've ever seen. Ignacio Torres makes the move. Torres, that final pass, not quite in, but this could be the
They've had
chance.
dangerous opportunities from this spot.
This is the Ben Bowden throw. Can he get it in there? You know he'll go for it. Watch out, ball boys. There's the throw. It's curling outside the box.
And they do get it in that one. And they're going to hold on to this ball as long as they can.
As the buzzer goes off, but that's not the buzzer we want tonight. We're waiting for that final whistle with the time still ticking in the 89th minute.
Now we did have a number of injuries and fouls that will add a healthy amount of time.
Yep.
I'd say maybe 4 to 5 minutes. And we get I have to
And
say Giancarlo, he ate that, but that was not the first head contact to the ball we've seen today.
no, it was not. That just sounded
And
very.
Borussia with a scary looking.
Oh my. Oh, cleared away. Great defense. You know, you can't discredit this defense from the Royals. They have made sure to never lose focus, even while up the whole time. As Ben Bowden throws it back in. That could be very good as it's headed and blasted away by the Royals. And now they're coming the other way. A chance. But it's controlled by Mohawk as we head into the final minutes of this match. We'll have to really wait on the ref and see just how much time he added. As the Mountaineers, do they have last minute heroics? That ball's in the air. He sent down Torres. Ignacio Torres in the 90th minute has tied it for the Mountaineers.
You couldn't have scripted that any better.
There's no offside. He has his goal. Barred down. Unbelievable.
And that is the perfect way to cap off a great night of soccer.
The time's still on. We don't know how much.
That's true. That was
A
incredible.
heartbreaking moment for the Royals.
The Royals, who had played so well, but to Mohawk's credit, this team just kept on coming. Despite all of the foul trouble, despite everything that happened, they did not quit. And now,
Jubilation.
jubilation indeed.
Here's to Ignacio, who finally gets his goal after a night of a bit of frustration. Some substitutions coming in, so that makes me feel like that must be a little bit of more time. Is there more late drama here? We've had a penalty scored in about the 70th minute. Now a bar down off the header goal by Ignacio Torres to tie it up.
It's incredible. This has been a absolutely riveting game. Drama is just through the roof in this one.
Now you have to be smart if you're both teams. You don't want to lose this game now. It is level. It is surely a yellow card.
Calls from the crowd.
It surely has to be yellow. You can't kick a player. After all the yellows that the Mountaineers have received fairly,
I think the
he's checking.
Redeemer player is arguing a bit of a follow through there.
Yes. It is a yellow. It's a red.
It's a red card.
Straight red, and you know what? That's not a bad decision, as you cannot kick a player in the stomach, even if it's intentional or unintentional.
And that
Good call, and it's late in the game, but if they added more time, whew,
This is only making
Mountaineers.
things. This is only making things more tense
This is
in
their
this
game now
stadium.
to
This is their
win,
game
to
to win.
maybe.
If they pull a rabbit out of a hat at this late stage, this place is going to absolutely erupt.
2 goals in the 90th plus minute. We've seen one already, an amazing goal from Ignacio Torres.
And
Now
now
with
they're
the
up a
red
man.
card, they are down to 10 men. Are the Redeemer Royals. Now the fans want them, urge the players on just for the game to continue. We want to see how this ends. The ref taking a sweet, sweet time as everybody awaits for this kick from Ferrucci. As we've seen, he can hit them long. Now we await. Everybody just sitting patiently, all nervous,
Tense.
excited. Very tense as the whistle blows. And
And this
Ferrucci
one might go short to Bowden.
thought about it.
No.
They'll go long, not too long. That will be headed away.
Diani.
Gianni controls. Gianni the shot.
Oh.
And out of that effort, will be controlled now.
Looking at that replay,
Didn't get enough of it.
didn't get quite enough of that.
This crew has to get it out. Oh my. Here come the Mountaineers the other way. A long cross. And the chance he just couldn't control the ball. Now taken back. Had to put it over his head. Gets around. It is called a foul. Mountaineers. There was a bit of arm driving going around, but you could say that the player did fall on himself there. That is
Hard to say. Lot of
Gavel.
back and forth, but at the end of the day,
Healthy back and forth.
healthy back and
foul,
forth.
No yellows for that. Now, if you are the Redeemer Royals, you just want to get out of here with that tie. At least, especially with that red card. If they didn't get the red card, I'd say keep going for
Keep
a goal,
going,
but
you gotta get everybody back
you gotta be
for this
careful.
last push, and that
Is a great ball if he can catch up to it, and he does. The Mountaineers have another chance, as it will be taken out and will be a throw-in for the Royals. As the time, surely we should be at the end of this game. Coming on, with try to look. The ref hasn't even looked at his watch yet, so maybe not. Maybe he's added on 10 minutes, depending on what's happened. As the Royals now, will they be able to get some late heroics with 10 men? That would be impressive. But Ferrucci all over that. He passes it off to Garnaco. What is down the flanks again and just too hard as the Mountaineers can't seem to calm themselves to set something up here.
it's a big moment, or it's only the home opener, but if they were to pull out some sort of last minute heroics, it would be huge
It would
for
be
this
huge.
season.
As wow, they caught
The game goes on, no whistle.
Seems like a lot of slipping, a little bit of contact, but it will be Royal ball as they take their sweet time with this. As they know they are definitely feeling the pressure right now. Mohawk Mountaineers, I don't think they're feeling pressure right now. They're feeling exhilaration and they want to get that goal. They know
They're
they
hungry.
can. They have that advantage. But
This is a big kick. Could be the last.
so O'Brien whips it in. That is gorgeous. That was from a
That
distance.
will do it.
That will do it. What a game we just watched. A 1-1 tie that, I did say, I'm happy Ignacio got his goal. I was happy that it did not end 0-0. Both teams looked great. And then the Mountaineers, in the last minute heroics, were able to tie it up.
They really snatched this draw out of the jaws of defeat, but they have to be happy with that. They never quit. Really hard fought game, articulate game between both teams. Had lots to say,
They did.
but overall, just beautifully played by both sides. It's a good show of sportsmanship here at the end with the handshakes, and everyone goes home with, some sort of victory.
Point.
With a point.
Point.
With a point.
And no one lost today.
No one lost.
No one lost. And great night for soccer. Both games were amazing.
Overall, huge success for Mohawk. Their home opener here at Dusting.
They didn't lose.
They're undefeated.
Exactly.
Undefeated here.
Both squads are undefeated and great crowd, especially at the end in that last game. I mean, with some bickering, some cheering, some cheering, some oohs and ahs, and
A little bit of everything tonight.
exactly a little bit of everything. It was awesome.
It was awesome. We'll be back on Sunday with some softball.
Sunday, exactly. Yeah, we will see you all then. Thank you all for joining us. This is Harrison.
And I'm Matt.
So, peace and love.
Over and out.
We're out. Thank you all.